Walk onto any used car lot in America today. You will find a truck sitting in the back corner, dusty. Price dropped twice already. Nobody has asked about it once. Meanwhile, that same dealer is asking $43,000 for a 2021 F-150 with 70,000 miles on it, and buyers are actually fighting over it. I have been a mechanic for 23 years. I pull those F-150s into my shop every single week. Cam phasers failing, 10-speed transmissions dying before 90,000 miles. I know exactly which truck will still be running in 10 years. And which one will be sitting in a junkyard. Today, I am counting down 5 trucks. Dealers call them worthless. Mechanics like me call them the last great American trucks. And I am saving number 1 for the end. Because in 23 years of turning wrenches, I have never once seen that truck die on me. Drop one word in the comments right now. What is the old truck you loved the most? Let me tell you exactly what is happening out there. Dealerships make more money selling you a new truck. That is just the math of their business. A used truck sitting in the back row does not help a salesman hit his monthly quota. So he will never walk you over there. He will never tell you that truck exists. Here is what the data actually shows. According to Kelley Blue Book, the average new truck sold for $57,000 in early 2024. That is a 42% price increase since 2019. iSeeCars tracked that number all the way up. And what are you getting for that $57,000? Turbocharged engines that carbon up by 60,000 miles. Direct injection systems that need walnut blasting every 40,000 miles. 10-speed automatic transmissions that Consumer Reports flagged in 2023 as one of the most common failure points in modern half-ton trucks. I am not making this up. The data is sitting right there in their own reports. Dealers are selling you complexity dressed up as progress. I am in the shop every single day, pulling those expensive mistakes apart with my hands. What I am going to show you today comes from real shop data, real customers, real miles, real repair bills. Not a press release from a manufacturer, not a paid advertisement from anyone, just 23 years of turning wrenches. And I am watching exactly which trucks die and which ones keep going. Before we get into the list, let me tell you who I am and why you should listen to me. 23 years as a mechanic, over 4,000 vehicles through my shop. I have worked in 3 different states. Cold Rust Belt winters in Ohio, dry desert heat in Arizona, humid coastal air in the Carolinas. I have seen what each environment does to a truck. I drive one of the trucks on this list every single day. This is not theory. This is not something I read online. This is what I see with my own eyes every time I open a hood. I cross-reference everything I tell you with Consumer Reports reliability data, J.D. Power vehicle dependability studies, NHTSA recall databases, and the real-world experience shared on Reddit forums like r/mechanic advice and r/trucks, where actual owners report what breaks and what holds. I do not take sponsorships. I do not sell trucks. I have no reason to lie to you. Number 5, Ford F-150. Model years 2004 through 2008, 4.6-liter V8. Most people hear Ford F-150 and think new money. But there's a generation of this truck that almost nobody talks about anymore. A guy named Marcus came into my shop about 8 months ago. He was a self-employed electrician. He needed a truck that would not let him down on a job site, 40 miles from the nearest dealership. He had $8,000. I told him to find a 2006 F-150 with the 4.6-liter V8. 2 weeks later, he called me. He found one with 94,000 miles for $7,200. That truck has now put on 31,000 more miles. 1 alternator, 1 set of brake pads. That is it. Here is why this engine works. The 4.6-liter is a 2-valve V8. No turbocharger, no direct injection, no variable cam phasers. It uses port fuel injection, which has been reliable since the 1990s. It runs a timing chain, not a timing belt. Timing chains do not snap and leave you stranded. J.D. Power gave the 2006 F-150 a reliability score well above the segment average. This was before Ford switched to the EcoBoost family, and reliability scores dropped noticeably. Right now, you can find a clean 2004 to 2008 F-150 with the 4.6 engine for between $6,000 and $10,000. A brand new F-150 starts at $42,000. When you go look at one of these, check the spark plugs first. The 2-valve 4.6 does not have the stripped plug problem. That nightmare belongs to the 5.4. Also check the rear differential fluid color. If it looks milky or smells burned, walk away. Frame rails under the cab. Look for heavy surface rust. Everything else on this truck is simple, cheap, and available everywhere. Number 4. Dodge Ram 1500. Model years 2003 through 2008. 5.7-liter Hemi V8. The Hemi has a reputation problem it does not deserve. It is a true powerhouse. People hear Hemi and think fuel-guzzling muscle car engine. What they should think is the modern Hemi. One of the most overbuilt V8s ever put in a half-ton truck. A contractor named Dennis brought me his 2005 Ram 1500 last spring. He bought it 3 years earlier with 112,000 miles. He was sitting at 204,000 miles when he pulled into my shop for a full inspection. I did a full inspection. Compression was within 3% across all 8 cylinders. The original transmission was shifting clean. Frame was solid, no leaks anywhere. Dennis told me he had used that truck to haul materials to job sites 6 days a week for 3 straight years. The 5.7 Hemi is a cast iron block engine. It produces 345 horsepower on regular octane, on regular 87 octane fuel, making it affordable to run. It tows up to 8,900 pounds, a true workhorse, depending on configuration, from the regular cab to the quad cab. Now here's the one thing you need to know. There is one thing you need to know about the Hemi in this generation. It came with a feature called Multi-Displacement System. MDS switches the engine between 4 cylinders and 8 cylinders to save fuel on the highway. The MDS lifters are the weak point. If you hear a tick at idle, if that tick goes away at higher revs, be very cautious. That is a lifter starting to fail. A costly repair. Walk away from that truck if the sign of failure is present. If the tick is absent and the oil looks clean, you are looking at a long-distance runner for years to come. Clean 2003 to 2008 Ram 1500s with the Hemi are selling for $7,000 to $12,000 right now. Check the rear axle seals and the transfer case fluid for leaks. Neglected transfer case fluid is the #1 silent killer on these trucks. Watch out for those signs. Number 3. Toyota Tacoma, model years 2001 through 2004. 3.4-liter V6. Before you say anything, I know what you are thinking. Tacomas are expensive. You are right. A 2020 Tacoma with 100,000 miles is going to cost you $25,000 or more. The Tacoma tax is real, and it is brutal. But here's what almost nobody talks about. The first-generation Tacoma, specifically the 2001 through 2004 models, with the 3.4-liter 5VZ-FE engine, can still be found for $8,000 to $14,000. Same DNA, same Toyota engineering, $15,000 cheaper. I had a customer named Rosa last year, single mom. Used the truck for her landscaping side business. She bought a 2002 Tacoma Pre-Runner with 138,000 miles for $9,500. She asked me to do a full inspection before she bought it. That engine was spotless inside. Oil was clean, no blow-by, compression strong on all 6. I told her to buy it without hesitation. The 3.4-liter is naturally aspirated. It uses a timing belt, not a chain. That is the one maintenance item you absolutely cannot ignore. Replace the timing belt every 90,000 miles. If the seller cannot show you a receipt proving it was done, budget $600 and get it done yourself immediately. The most important inspection point on these older Tacomas is the frame. Toyota issued a frame rust recall on certain years. Check the NHTSA database with the VIN before you hand over any money. If the frame is solid, this truck will outlast every person in your family. Number 2. Chevrolet Silverado 1500, model years 1999 through 2006. 5.3-liter Vortec V8. This is the truck I have personally recommended to more people than any other vehicle in my career. A man named Earl called me 2 years ago. He was retiring. He wanted a truck he could drive for the rest of his life. His budget was $7,000. I told him to find a 2003 Silverado with the 5.3-liter Vortec. He found one with 91,000 miles for $6,500. He just hit 280,000 miles. Oil changes, tires, 1 water pump at 210,000 miles. That is the entire repair history. Here is why the 5.3 Vortec is different. It is built on the LS engine platform. The LS is not just an engine. It is the most proven V8 architecture in American automotive history. Racing teams use it, hot rodders use it, builders swap it into everything. The parts ecosystem around this engine is enormous. J.D. Power ranked the Silverado in this generation consistently above average for long-term dependability. Consumer Reports rated it as one of the most reliable full-size trucks of the 2000s decade. Right now, a clean 2003 to 2006 Silverado with the 5.3 is selling for $5,000 to $9,000. Check the intake manifold gaskets. The 5.3 had a known coolant leak issue at the intake gasket around 150,000 miles. It is a $400 fix at any independent shop. If it has not been done, use it to negotiate the price down. Also check all 4 corners for rust on the cab and the bed floor. If those are solid, you are looking at a 300,000-mile truck. Real quick, before we get to number 1, if this kind of honest truck information is something you want more of, Hit subscribe right now. I put out a new video every week. No sponsorships, no nonsense, just real mechanic advice. Now, number 1, Ford Ranger, model years 2001 through 2011. 2.3-liter Duratec 4-cylinder. I know what you just thought. A 4-cylinder Ranger? That is your number 1? Hear me out. A woman named Patricia came into my shop 18 months ago. She was a home health aide, drove 40 miles each way to see patients. She had $5,500, and she needed something that would not leave her stranded on a country road at midnight. I told her to buy a Ranger. She looked at me like I had lost my mind. 3 weeks later, she came back. 2009 Ford Ranger XL, regular cab, 2-wheel drive, 5-speed manual, 2.3-liter 4-cylinder, 122,000 miles. She paid $4,800. She has put 38,000 miles on that truck in the last 18 months. Total repairs, 1 oil change every 5,000 miles. That is it. That truck has not asked her for a single dollar beyond maintenance. Here is the mechanical truth about the 2.3 Duratec. It is a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. Timing chain, not a belt. Port fuel injection with 0 carbon buildup problems. No turbocharger, no variable displacement. No direct injection. It was engineered in an era when Ford measured success by how long an engine lasted, not by horsepower per liter on a marketing slide. I have personally seen multiple 2.3 Duratec engines pass 300,000 miles on factory internals. One customer has a 2007 Ranger at 320,000 miles. Original engine, original transmission, still his daily driver. According to iSeeCars reliability data, the 2nd-generation Ranger consistently ranks among the top 5 most reliable. Used trucks available under $10,000. Right now, a clean 2009 to 2011 Ranger XL with the 2.3. And the manual transmission is selling for $5,000 to $9,000, depending on your region. Here is my specific advice. Buy the manual transmission version. Nobody wants a manual anymore, and that ignorance saves you money. The clutch on these trucks lasts well past 200,000 miles if you do not ride it. When it finally needs replacing, any independent shop will do it for $600 to $800. When you inspect one of these, listen for any rattle from the engine on a cold start. Some early 2.3 engines had a timing chain, tensioner issue, that was covered under a factory recall. Pull the VIN. Check the NHTSA recall database. If the recall was completed, you have got a truck that will genuinely run for the next 15 years with nothing but oil changes. This is my number 1 recommendation because it is the most affordable path to the most reliable miles available in the used truck market today. Full stop. So there it is. 5 trucks the market has completely walked past. The Ford F-150 4.6, the Dodge Ram Hemi, the 1st-generation Tacoma 3.4, the Silverado 5.3 Vortec, and the king of the list, the Ford Ranger 2.3. None of these trucks will turn heads at a stoplight. None of them have 12-inch touchscreens or massaging seats or hands-free tailgates. What they have is something the modern truck industry has completely forgotten how to build. Simplicity that lasts. Before I let you go, here are 3 lessons I want every person watching this to walk away with. Lesson 1, always pull the VIN before you buy anything. Use the NHTSA recall database for free. Use the Carfax or AutoCheck for the service history. AutoCheck tends to catch auction records that Carfax misses. Spend $30 on a history report. It can save you $10,000 in surprises. Lesson 2, do a 5-point inspection on any used truck before money changes hands. Check the frame for rust. Check the transmission fluid color. Do a compression test on the engine. Look at the service records. And have an independent mechanic, not the dealer's mechanic. Look at it. Spend $100 on a pre-purchase inspection. It is the best money you will ever spend on a vehicle. Lesson 3. Stop buying trucks based on the purchase price. Start calculating the 5-year total cost of ownership. That means fuel, insurance, maintenance, and likely repairs. A $57,000 new truck with a turbo engine and a complex transmission will cost you far more over 5 years than a $7,000 simple truck with a proven naturally aspirated engine. The math always wins. Emotion loses every time at the shop counter. Next week, I am breaking down which full-size trucks from the last decade have actually earned a reputation for going the distance in my shop. That video is going to surprise a lot of people. If this video helped you, hit the like button so more people find it. Subscribe if you want honest truck advice every week. And drop a comment below with one question, and I will answer every single one personally. Drive safe, take care of your truck, and it will take care of you.